Hello world. The Great Giza Pyramid well shaft spillway. Well, we have the grand gallery that comes down, and off of that we have the conduit that goes down to the 3 blocks down there. The one that has the rings around it that are acting like little shorting blocks on your power cord. Keep the reactions from the inside the system dulled to the reactions outside the system. The top here, we have a hallway that goes down, and there's a little bump there. That little bump makes sure that the heavier water that's within this system, or the more dense water, will spill down there into the well shaft as opposed to going into the rest of the system. Now across the bottom here, right there, they have the little well pits. Now, because this really isn't to scale here, let's see, what do we have? We also have the area where it comes down like so, right? Ta-da! We're doing pretty good here. That's about right. Yeah. So, though, this doesn't exist because it's open air. So what's going to occur is in this area here, I'm going to blow it up a bit. We've got our well shaft, or not the well shaft, the one of the wells that are along the wall. There are 20 some of them going up the whole way. This particular one, where it has the bottom, if we looked at it on a 3D, it goes a little deeper and then comes up behind that. So if we look at it against the wall, our shaft actually goes deeper and comes up and has a spillway that comes down. That spillway will come down to a second pool on the inside of that whole getup, where there's a second spillway from within this wall, which comes out. There's on this side of it, a second opening that spills down into that same pool. But what this does is it allows a more dense liquid to ride under the light water and spill down to keep its capacity from getting higher than it needs to be. It will spill down into that pool and then down into the well shaft. So it'll spill over and down into the well shaft. That will allow it to be siphoned off. The light water needs to remain at play, and that water is I don't know if it's a waste byproduct or sent back down to get recracked because maybe it's part of the enrichment process. From here, there's also within this, we're looking at it a west to east fashion here. Here we're looking at it where this is north and this is south. Yeah. And we're looking at it head on. And if I would, do I have an option? So this is just a blow up of this. There, from that same conduit running down, so it would be here, running down the top edge, the total fill level of it, because like on a 3D plane, we're looking at it from right here, coming down this way, or in this case, down this way. There is at a higher angle than that. There is a conduit that runs past the top of this. If it was within here, it would run I want to look at it where conduit opening, this conduit comes down this way. This one has a spillway to deeper in the wall, has a spillway to that pool, which spills over here. But there's a conduit that runs down in front of it, right against the wall, that goes down below the floor line of the line that goes to the Queen's chamber. So this spills over down into the pool that goes down to the well and is below that floor line. That is that will allow light water to spill. Heavy water will kind of cap it, but when the light water is on top of it and has a greater pressure, it'll push it down. Constantly allowing it out, but again, maintaining a light water bubble on top of the more dense water or the heavier water. It was very well set up to kind of keep plugs, but allow spill level at any point. All the condensation that's on the wall is going to come down into here, and it will be allowed to spill out because it'll make its way through the gates and will spill out into the system. Even here, the light water would be riding on top of the heavier water. The heavier water has to reach an elevation of there to get out. That would be the elevation right here, which will be higher than the floor line of there, so that it will know when it reaches this level, it has reached its max, it spills over, and then it spills out. The light water, when it reaches its max, it knows because it'll spill out over there. It will fill into here. The light water kind of always has a way out. I think the light water is meant to be flushed through the system as efficiently as possible, maintaining a bubble of a heavier water, and then a heavier water yet again, which is the one that actually never reaches above that elevation. So that is the elevations at play, and I'd like to put it into a 3D CAD. So it's like a three-phase separator of what it's doing. It's just playing with different densities of liquids. So I can tell just by the setup that we're working with at least 3 different densities of liquids. All right, thank you.